So it's been well known that most video game based movies are terrible.
I agree.
But, you know, Ratchet and Clank. Let's see what you got, baby. Welcome to the dialogue, where movies are more than mindless entertainment. I'm Derek, this is Andrew.
Hey.
And Ratchet and Clank, this week's movie.
This week's movie.
So this movie takes place, it's kind of a precursor to the video game storylines. It picks up with Ratchet before he meets Clank, and then the creation of Clank, and then how they come together and start their quests together.
Right.
So that's basically the movie, and then there's obviously a bad guy, and yeah, it's based on the video games.
Couple baddies.
Couple bad guys.
Boy, I don't necessarily know where to begin because there's really no there's no place to begin necessarily.
How does this movie even start?
I'll just say my meh. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say meh. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Does that in today's culture, does that exude the ethos that I want to exude about the movie? Like,
yeah.
The jokes didn't necessarily strike me, although I could tell like they were trying to be funny. And some of them, 15% of them, made me chuckle. But I got kind of bored, and that sort of thing. Although I do have to say that I feel like there was a really good theme of what makes a hero. There's a line that's quoted a couple times in the film. It's said and then it's repeated. It's the old wise sage advice type thing, and it goes something like, to be a hero you don't have to do big things, you just have to do the right ones. You just have to do the right things. That is a really good message, I feel. So even if something's small, minute, and you feel like you're not helping society in any way, just do the right thing. Just do the right thing, and you're a hero. But even then, you can kind of tell that that's a little bit, it's
meh.
Yeah.
To borrow your lingo.
Meh.
It's a little bit meh.
It's right. So you can kind of guess where my review rating is going for this.
Well, I'm just gonna say that.
Are you gonna?
Yeah, I'm gonna jump right into this.
Jump right in, man.
I fell asleep during this movie.
To be completely honest, like the credits are rolling, I look over at Derek and I'm like, he's either really deep in thought, or
how did I look? How did I look?
You were like, now keep in mind we were watching 3D, so there's glasses, so it's just like,
oh gosh.
I'm like, Derek, it's over, man. It's over.
And I was like, oh, thank the Lord. So what happened was the movie started, and I was like, okay, it's a video game movie. Expectations were low, and it got lower as time went on, and I ended up falling asleep. Mm-hmm. I feel really bad about this, but I didn't fall asleep till like the very end. There was a couple of points where I was watching the movie, and I could tell that I was kind of doing one of these numbers, but I decided to lean back in my chair, which was a fatal mistake.
Don't lean back in the chair. You gotta always keep it moving.
But yeah, the acting in the movie, even though it's got like a ton of all-star cast in it, pretty much, they must have paid them really well, because I don't understand why they're in this movie. It literally was bad writing.
Maybe they're just really good friends.
Maybe. But it was bad writing, it was bad script, it was bad story. The way that it played out just didn't feel good to me at all. The acting was meh. And then, like, the animation even was, like, meh. It was, like, VeggieTales status, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know if you guys have ever seen 3-2-1 Penguins, but it's very analogous to that.
Yeah. If you want to look those up.
It's essentially that. I like 3-2-1 Penguins. I've
sure.
Penguins.
But yeah, so
it's like Barbie movies for boys.
Barbie movies.
Does that make sense?
Ratchet and Clank, the Barbie movie for boys.
Barbies for boys. We're gonna trademark that.
We're gonna make that.
I don't know if that could work, guys.
But yeah, so I mean, that's basically how I feel about it. I would just echo a lot of how you felt about it, which is meh.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna give it a 5. And potentially it could go down to 4, but I'm just gonna give it a 5 because of the themes. It didn't speak to me, like it wasn't on my level. But I'm not necessarily gonna diss it for a lot of the negative things that you mentioned. Like, it was definitely meh.
Yeah, I'm gonna go a lot lower. I'm gonna give it a 2. This is my first 2 rating, and just as an explanation as to why, this is the first movie that has ever put me to sleep in this way. I mean, I couldn't handle it.
I got close.
I couldn't freaking handle it.
Alright guys, so hopefully you didn't fall asleep during our little review here of Ratchet and Clank. If you did, you know what? If you did, you're not listening to what I'm saying right now. So
think about it.
Sorry.
You're talking to people as they're sleeping.
Yeah.
If that works.
Guys, wow. If I'm speaking to your subconscious right now, hit the like button. Also subscribe. You also subscribe to the dialogue. 2 new videos every week. Join us next time on the dialogue.